whatever is fourth. Myself, Paul Bearne, and Theo is on board. Hopefully we'll see some other people turn up and get this going. We are going to try and get Contrib to core efforts done, and we are starting with what happened for the last session, and we had something committed. We wrote this little train set here, and it basically, we removed code that was never running, and that got picked up. And share the screen to see what happened. So this bit of code is the chain set we put in last session, and if you can see the code, archive override set to north, and then archive override set to it. So it never ran. It never ran. And these values were defaulted, never ran. So we put that patch in, and that got picked up by one of the core developers. He picked it up and put it into another ticket and made a few changes to it. So let's go and have a look at what he did. So this is his change. He took it a bit further than we did. We were still using the date form, the date archive date here, and he went straight to the archive date and set the values for the option directly into the values, and then he deleted it. But this is what tickled me. It removed several one-time variables. These were added in commit number 24 and commit number 109. And if we go and have a look at this, what's this product? This is B2. This isn't even WordPress. This predates WordPress. And Sax Mat is that Mullenway. So 13 years ago, this code got committed, when this original code got put in that we pulled out. So I'm going to dine out on that one for a long time. Totally chuffed. So that got committed, and that's now in core. So I think we did well then. So we'll be looking at that code area we've been looking at, and we have come across this block of code very close to where we were before. In fact, you can see the option date format are in there now directly, whereas before there were variables. This is not readable. Okay, it works, doesn't broken, but it's not readable. The modern way of doing it is directly below, using the add query argument. So what I've agreed with Theo to do, we're going to replace this very, very messy sprintf format line with a very clean add query argument. And then we're going to commit that. So I'm going to hand over to Theo now, and he's going to get on with it. All right, take it away.
Yeah, I'll try. So just trying to understand again what's this part big string is doing here.
I would leave that where it is for now. Don't break it up at all. Oh, yeah.
No, just yeah.
Go to the M. The M is the next one. No, the S is part of that parameter. No, the M. Yeah, put a space around the M. Yeah. So that's the first item.
See.
Yeah. Go. S5, 3, 6, W. The W is the next break.
This guy here.
Yeah. And that then goes equal and the week. And you know, look at what we're having to do to break this up in order to understand what this monstrosity is doing. and we can read this stuff. So imagine somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, or is just struggling with code. So let's make this up. So URL equals.
All right.
URL equals add query argument, array. There we are. Query.
You accept an array and the URL itself.
Yep. So
Right.
URL, put an array in.
Should I use
Space array.
like a static like that would work, or?
No. You want array.
All right.
Yeah, because it's just array. Yep. Right, and then
This would be
the home URL. Right, and then you go back to the array and go into a new line. So it's clean. No, not the Right, and in there go M, string M, single quotes please, because we don't need double quotes here. And that is arc year. That's a variable, mate. You need to put a dollar in the front of it. Comma, new line, quote, W.
Next one is W. Cool. And this
results week.
Result week. Okay.
All right, and that's it. And there's a comma at the end after week because we've got a. So we just need a little bit of formatting here. So the array, the query argument needs to have a space after the bracket opens, and you need a space at the end as well. So the brackets to do WordPress formatted space there.
I see. And in the beginning?
Yeah, and in the beginning. Okay. That's it.
Cool.
And I would actually tab in the whole block. No, just the return, the array return. Just keep the first line where it is.
See?
Yeah, 3 lines. Take those 3 lines and tab them in.
Keep it like that.
In. More tab.
2-1?
Yeah, and then the last one.
Okay, cool.
And the last one. And the last one.
The last one. Cool.
Yeah, just it sort of.
I see.
Or makes it. I feel as I'm reading it, it makes it more associated with the query of the array.
Yep. Okay.
And that's it.
So
I think that's a lot more readable. Yeah.
We wrote tests for that, right?
Put a space in front of it, otherwise it wants to line up. You're going to have to line it up with the. Let's see.
Is there a space before?
That's
oh,
it.
There was.
A line before it. Put a line before it, so it's on a new. There, yeah.
All right.
Otherwise, you want it to line up with state above. You don't want to have to do.
I see.
That's nice. That's clean.
We wrote a test for it in the last session, so we could test.
Did we run a test for? Yeah.
Yeah.
Run the test.
So, do you remember the name of the?
Let's have a look. I don't know if we wrote a test for the template. I don't think we did. We wrote a test for the functions it was using.
But we arrived here because we're writing a test for something.
Yeah. It's the W5 SQL week.
I see.
It's the week start end we were testing. Week start end is what we were testing.
All right. So if I try to run,
We don't have a test for the month, but there is a test for months. this is the weekly test. I wouldn't worry about the test for this, to be honest. It's the test that says, do I get something back? It isn't a very good test.
It's startup week. This guy is.
So this is get archives is the items that the function's actually being run here. And if I find that in my path, yeah, let me punch it onto my side for a second. These are the tests. There are 2 tests here that would run that code. Okay.
Let's see.
Special go over weekly in here. No, that's the only test that will actually run in that code. And it's all part of this one thing: test archives cache. That's the function that you'd have to run to test it. So let's just do that. Okay, so let's just run that test. Okay, so basically if it doesn't blow up, it's supposed to be. That's running for a second. I'm just going to go and actually have a look. 1 test, 37 extensions all passed. And basically it says, did it get a string back? Yeah?
I see.
It got a string back. Would you like to see, I suppose what we could do is we could echo out the string at this point in the test so we can see what came back. So what I'll do is I'll just dump a var dump in here. And so I'll just run that test again.
So it's like, so literally imagine like the 2 spaces going like, right?
It would be nice to have more tests. So it generated this URL.
So you can do a long description on it.
I see.
What's %38? So do you want to put the old one back in and we'll see what the difference is? In fact, I'm actually running the old one. I haven't put your code in yet.
You're running the, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to run PHP unit here. I'm getting in there. I'll just delete this guy.
Put that code in briefly and see what it does. See if it gives you the same result. What's %38?
The challenge is
Hashtag 0. Ampersand.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it's ampersand.
Ampersand $.
So Paul, where did you include it, those var dumps?
Okay, so the var dumps went into test general archive. So I could either do it the other way. I could just drop that code into my side if I want, into the code here. Shall I do that? Do you want to just?
I can just do it. Yeah, I got the URL here, Paul, if you want to compare.
Yep. I'm not actually seeing it, so you need to show it to us.
Let me put in the end of this file here.
That's the same URL as I had.
Okay. Ampersand, but so there is an ampersand and the Unicode for the ampersand.
So that's in there as well now, so I can run this. So we should see both of them. I wish you wouldn't have this debug remote stuff going on me. Right, so we've got both of them on the screen. They are doing the same output.
All right.
Looks good to me. Yeah?
Yeah. That's the same one I got here.
Yeah. So let's commit that change then. I'm going to take the out of my code. So, okay, so you're going to commit this change now. So you set up to do that? You need to create.
Let me.
You want to show your screen on that bit so people can see what you're actually doing?
Right.
All right. Hi, guys. So,
Make an SVN patch, don't forget, not a get patch.
Okay. Let me see if I have it here.
Yeah. I think it's possible to do it with SVN, with get. There is a, I think there is. Get SVN patch.
So, SVN patch and the path to the folder.
Yeah. I normally run it in the root of the folder. So is this the repo, the get repo you pulled down here,
Yes.
or have you got the SVN repo down here?
I got from your Git repository.
You need to let me look at my screen. All right.
All right. Mm-hmm.
You get diff, no prefix, pipe to file.
I see. Let me try here.
So that's yeah.
No,
I'll leave it on my screen.
No prefix. And then there will be source.
You need a greater than after the prefix.
Let's see.
Just where you want the file to be.
But that will create a.
This is the output file.
But there are a lot of files in my project that changed.
Yes, you'll get a.
Let's see. No prefix.
Try.
No prefix. All right.
All right, see what you got. Yeah, you got a load of crap.
Yeah, I think it's divided by file.
Yeah, it's all by file. So you could probably cut the bit out you need.
Yeah.
I can just do it. I find the user interface. I use Tortoise. And so I can come in here to source, and I can do SVN, create patch. And
you go by the file, right? That's way simpler.
Yeah, and I can go and see what was it. It was a template, general template.
General template, yeah.
Deselect everything, select general template, and save that, and it's going to put it in the bottom there, and that's what it made. The filter is still there, so we need to actually just delete some stuff. There's a filter. We also added a filter last time, so we just need to get rid of that.
I see. I think it's possible to go by one file.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. You just got to work out what the command is.
Perfect.
Yeah.
After use after file. Right, I think I got straight the change.
Yep, that's it, isn't it?
It has the command here, I think, too.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need that? Like,
No, take that top line off.
and removing that.
All right, that's your file. So now trog up to core, and let's create a ticket.
Okay. Let me
So off onto the web.
Let me see. Preparing the file here.
Yeah. So you want to go to core.track.wordpress.org. Core.wordpress. Sorry, core.track. .wordpress.org. Down the bottom. Yep. You need to log in, sir.
Where's it?
Right. Yeah. Close my eyes, don't look at the password. I'll put it across here on my screen. Tell me when your password's off.
It's hard to get the password right here.
Yeah, I love LastPass.
I have mine too, but it's configured to my home computer. Do that for now.
All right, you in?
Uh,
Okay. So you need to go back.
Let me. Okay. I'm in.
Back to the track.
So, oh,
Hit back.
it took me to.
It's not track. Yeah. You're logged in. Cool. So now we're going to create a new ticket. And summary. Replace confusing legacy code. Whatever you think you've got to put here. Confusing legacy code with current recommended methods. Method.
With what?
Current recommended method.
Method.
Was that seem reasonable?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
With more readable.
No, it says with confusion as it implies that. We will explain it.
All right.
So you write something that makes sense. So something like general template, weekly archive. In the weekly archive constructor, URL constructor.
Weekly archive.
Link. The link constructor.
Link. URL constructor.
Was using a confusing sprintf
Let's use
generate query string. And you could cut and paste that in. Maybe confusing.
Right.
Do sprintf method. Replace it with the add query arg function call.
Replace device width. Where is it? Right, and now I should add the diff file.
You can add that later. So this is a enhancement. Version is trunk. If you're filling the bug against chunk, use that trunk. Otherwise, choose the component. I have no idea what that's going to be. Formatting. Let's have a look and see if I can work out what the component bit will be.
Not date and time.
It may be general.
Yeah, all right.
They'll adjust that to their heart's content. I don't think I've ever put one in and it's not got changed. So you then need to preview it. There's a tip. You have files to attach. Yeah. So you preview it if you're happy. Create the ticket. I would go back a second. We can do some. We got some code in here, and you haven't marked it as code.
I see.
Highlight that, and mark that as PHP, and then just go have a look at it at the bottom, see how it looks now. That's a bit better, isn't it? A bit more readable.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Yep. And create the ticket, and then
where should I add the files?
Well,
So
next, near to where it says create ticket, there is I have files to attach. And
this one already, it's already marked here. I have files to attach.
Yep, so create ticket, and it will now take you to the page to add the files.
To add the files, okay.
And you can drag onto that if you ever want to. All right. Scripted, so patch, whatever. Yeah. Right.
Is the name of the file?
There. That's what it is.
Agree and upload.
We do open source, and that's it. And if you go look at the ticket now,
Let me
I'm
check
going to look
here.
at the ticket as well because I want to track that number. What's the number? 36414.
What's the URL?
Watch the ticket.
36414.
I got it. And I'm going to drop this into first patch. Into the Slack channels.
Yeah, I added already to the Contrib to core.
Okay. I'm going to stick it in the core one and annoy people. All right. So let's go on and actually go and have a look at some.
Cool. Let me switch to your screen.
Yeah. All right. So we fixed that bit. Let me get rid of that because that's. And let's go back to. We were actually. This is where we got to here because we were looking at this function. Yeah. And we were trying to write the unit tests for this. And the issue we had is that this is a very, very specific date string. And again, I wonder whether this should be rewritten so we can pass in a date object.
Right. Right.
That's probably even more controversial. It's used in one place. That's the only place that function is used. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably best leave it alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. We have a function here which is not usable anywhere because of the way it's built.
Right.
It almost cries out to have a filter put in around the start of week option. Yeah, start of week is a number. You pass it in as a parameter here, though, and gives you the start and end. Yeah.
It's sort of, yeah.
So we were writing some unit tests for that.
So there is the one that we're writing.
Five tests, 5 assertions, they all work. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's kind of what we do, you know. Problem is if you put a date in, my gut reaction is that this should also take a date as well as a string. So if type of date, yeah, or something, and then if it is, it jumps straight to here, or that straight to here. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because all this is doing is turning a string into a date.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we get a date here, but it's a date string, yeah, you know, it works. But I think that's as far as we can go with this, to be honest. I think we just have to send off this unit tests. Yeah.
Yeah, we have five methods. Actually 4.
Yeah, so the tests are all about whether the start of week's been set or not set. Remove the start of week. Yeah, we pass in a Pacific time. We set the week to 0. So we hard code the week. We could put the start of week to a Wednesday or something if we wanted to. That's something we haven't got here.
To move, I see.
So what's this bottom one? Week start of week set to Sunday. So we pass in Sunday, and it gives us back the following Monday. That's the thing.
But I think we should add a second.
Set the week to a month, Wednesday or something strange.
We should add start of week parameter.
We've got one up here. We've only got a single one, just to naught, sets it to Sunday. Yeah, but we could set it to 6, which would give us Saturday as start of week.
But I think the zero means Monday.
Yeah, we need some comments as well in here, don't we?
Yeah, I think for WordPress, the 0 means Monday.
No, Sunday. This isn't WordPress. This is PHP.
I know what.
PHP, it's looking for so it generates day. Yeah. So it's a straight maths thing here. So a day in seconds times the weekday minus the start of week. Yeah. And weekday, if weekday is ahead of start of week, day of the week, which is 0 to 6, they add 7 to it before they take the maps to the maps.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think comments is what's needed really. Do you want to quickly rattle some comments onto top of these unit tests so that people understand what's happening? I think the last one is named wrong. So we might...
Sunday.
Probably the default. I'll let you do that, and then put it on the screen, and then we can put the patch in for that as well.
We can start a week.
I really hate it when I see functions that are just a little bit very specific like that and don't take standard object types.
Right. Okay. Do you know what's the default value for start of week?
0 or 1.
It's 1.
Value is 1.
Right. So I think that's Monday then, isn't it?
Mhm.
So that's Monday.
Monday, yeah. Start of week is Monday is the default.
I see. Paul, do you remember why we wrote this test here with str to time?
Basically to validate the real time. So we're basically just making it into a string, into a date, and then output in the date format. So we're using string to time to get it into a date, and then we're actually generating the string format out and passing that in.
I see.
It comes out the same as we put it in,
Mm-hmm.
but making sure that it works.
Okay.
Yeah. I've started working on the next function.
Okay.
You know, I've been complaining about the Xdebug remote stuff being giving me grief. I basically got rid of it by sudoing chmod the actual file. It will only last until it reboots or whatever, but at least it clears it for now.
I see.
So annoyed with this. Yeah, just that the file's got the wrong permissions. It belongs to the web user, not shell user, which is running the debug.
Oh, I see.
I believe that's the problem. So setting it to 777 clears it from the messages. Back to you.
I see. I'm confused here, Paul.
Well, that's why you're doing the comments, because I wrote the code.
I'm confused to write the comments.
Yeah, I think the name is wrong at the bottom.
So this is Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the same as another one. We've got one already like that, haven't we?
And we have a Sunday one here.
Yeah, Sunday up there.
We call set to 0, which we could call set to Sunday.
Yeah. I'd be very tempted to put one set to Wednesday or something, or Thursday, and explicitly set a Thursday in there. So the bottom one is actually the default.
This guy, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Picks up the default because it picks up the this default option. Yeah.
So for this one, I should write a div as well, right?
Yep. Make a div, and then we'll.
Get div. Da, 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 da. No. No prefix. I'm going to commit this code here, Paul. I think, yeah, I don't know if I'm able to. Did you commit the subversion information in the repo?
I haven't pushed the last change up.
No, I mean, but the subversion.
Oh no, I haven't. Didn't push the last update. So should I give you the update?
No, is the problem is that I'm running the diff here, but it's doing the diff between my version and your, like the version right before in Git.
Okay.
I'll just commit my part then, and then.
Yeah. The patch should be okay.
Add tasks.
This is a standalone file, so you can overwrite.
Okay, push my file with the modifications to master.
Yeah. So you make a patch for it.
No, I couldn't. Even the git patch didn't work because it was comparing my version with your version of the file.
Okay, so I need to do a commit here. Commit. No, cancel. Right, so let me pick this up now. So I need to do commit. So, Paul. Yeah. Okay, if you do a pull, you're going to get a new version of the repo.
All right.
The update as of now on the production. So if I go to tests and
So you added your general template modification as well?
yeah, I think so. SBN create patch, and which one was it? That one. That one. So should I put this up, or do you want to put this up? Do you want to write the ticket, and I'll just drop the file on for you?
All right. Can you add the file after
Yeah,
the ticket is done?
You just do it without a file, and just tell me the number, and I'll drop the file in.
Let me change the camera here. Tickets.
So what you're doing actually, hey, it works. I'm just writing some tests against maybe unserialized, which was our next function.
I see.
I think I've probably done it. We can't do many tests on it. It's like 4 lines of code in the function.
Cool. Summary is test class unit test.
Yeah, unit test for whatever it was.
Get
And I'd probably, in order to have good complete coverage, missing unit test. Yeah. I don't think it needs any more than that.
It has for... Does it make sense?
Yeah, why not? As good as comment as anything.
So that's enhancement, trunk.
Yeah.
That would be...
There isn't one for unit tests, is there? In component.
No. There's one for time. There's one related to time. Dates time.
Try it. Try it, stick it in there.
Continue to review.
And you don't have a ticket. So untick that ticket.
I
Screen.
don't have a what? Sorry?
You don't have a patch, so untick it and then hit create when you're happy.
I see. I don't know why it. There are two boxes here.
I do.
Right. Does it look good?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What should we buy?
Pasting the URL.
Yeah, I got it. Ticket. Attach a file. So come back to me. What was it? That one. Put that on there. That's it.
Cool.
Are they having a bug going on? We'll just keep it adding to them. Yeah. Hey, second ticket. This is your second ticket.
Do I get like a trophy or something?
No, they're not quite that clever.
No achievements.
Yeah, has patch and has unit tests.
Oh, I see. Do I need to do that for the other ticket?
Yeah, I did that for the other ticket. I put that on.
You did. Okay, cool.
I've done it on this one, but I haven't done it for the other one.
Oh, okay. I'll see if I can do for the other one.
And it probably needs dev feedback. No, not dev feedback.
Enhancement, trunk. This one
It might be dev feedback, actually, not reporter.
has unit tests.
Yeah, and
No, that's
and put dev feedback on as well. Has unit tests.
I see.
Huh. We've got someone else watching it.
I saw this guy. Yeah.
Hey.
Reported feedback. So the other one, the first one that we created today, that would be has patch. What else?
Has unit test.
No, the first one was not.
No.
Dev feedback.
Yeah, dev feedback. Yep. Whack those in there and see what happens.
Cool.
All right, back to, let's see if we can get another one done.
Cool.
So, code. And we've the unserialized array was the next function in the list as I went down.
Right.
It uses, there's a silent error on unserialized. I would love to put the brackets in here to make it readable, but we can try it, but I would almost guarantee they won't take the patch, because the rule is, unless it's broken, I'll change it. Yeah, and this is never going to be broken. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's never going to get fixed to the new format.
I see.
Yeah. By all means, feel free to put a small patch in to see if they'll take it. But I suspect you're wasting your time. Yeah.
Yeah. What about the at symbol?
Permission to go through this file and format it. Yeah.
I see.
It's never going to happen. But maybe when we've got 100% unit test coverage on it, we can ask permission
To change stuff there.
and it'll be about the time I get to go to WordCamp USA, so I could go and ask permission in person. So maybe unserialized. So it uses the is serialized below. Interesting, there's a strict mode. I don't know what that does. Find out when we get to look at that in a minute. And if is serialized, it unserializes it. Otherwise, it returns the original. Yeah. If and doing the unit tests on here, it's fairly straightforward. You pass it a string. Yeah, even if something looks vaguely like a that one. So even if it's like a bad string at the bottom here, but
Yeah.
it is a valid thing, but there is something wrong with it. A:3, not A:2, as it should be. Yeah. So basically, I changed that. Yeah. And that comes back with false. All right. So this becomes that because it's a string. So I suppose that could go up here with the other one.
So it's bad formatted.
Yeah, bad. Maybe unserialized. Bad. Bad
Formatted string.
format. Bad string. Bad string will do. It's a bad string. It's a string and it's incorrect. Yeah. Bad
Okay.
serialization. Yeah.
Okay.
I spelled serialization. Bad serialization. Bad
Yep.
Serialized string.
Serialized. Z-E-D in the end. Yeah.
Bad serialized string. That's what we've got, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
So clearly what that does.
So you're testing how many scenarios there? 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. So we're testing whether you pass it a string, you pass it int, yeah. You pass it an array, and you get an array back. It just passes whatever you pass into it. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Pass a string, get a string, 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 string. Yeah.
The only case it should unserialize. So in the array case, it shouldn't unserialize anything.
Yep.
In the case,
putting a serialized string in an array.
A serialized string in an array, it should still give you the string back.
So I'm going to do.
What about null? Passing null to it.
Yep, try that. Yeah, and I would expect to get an array back.
The same, yeah, the same array.
What's this doing? Oh,
there are too many. You're closing it too many times, isn't it? No. I think there are two. Yeah, get rid of one there. One bracket in the end, I think. Removing one bracket in the end, I think it would make it.
That's the problem.
There's still one bracket near the semicolon. The semicolon that ends this. Yeah, this guy.
Right, let's see what this turns back. I suspect it'll just pass back an array. Yeah, just one more function just for that. And then we have to go and test the is serialized. Yeah, it gets an array back. So
it's like the first test case.
Yeah.
You provided an array, you got an array back.
This is probably more of a test of is serialized. Yeah, I'm not going to test this here because we're going to write tests for is serialized in a minute.
Right.
Yeah, does that make sense? And I think that's more of a is serialized test rather than a. Yeah.
Maybe serialized. I think it makes sense to test the first one. So,
yeah, but not that an array in nested.
I see, because it's still an array and you're covering that in your first method.
Yeah, I think that will do us.
Okay. Can you try the null one?
Oh yeah, null. We return null. I should do it here. I think
It should return null, not false or anything.
we haven't tried like a standard object.
True. B-O-B-J. Cool.
Yeah, that will do that, and then we'll get on to is serialized. Yeah, kind of works. All right. Happy with that?
Cool.
Should I pass that to you for documentation?
Yep.
Doc? Yeah. I'm going to send you back the patch as well. Okay. And then I'm going to start the is serialized. Question is it that form? Can you quickly look to see whether it's is serialized with an underscore or not?
Just a second. Where is that function in?
We'll just click the link to maybe unserialized, and you'll see it's the next function in functions file.
Okay. Maybe unserialized is underscore serialized. Serialized. It's underscore too.
Yeah, because it's a name file.
Okay, I see.
I'm dashing it. Yeah. Right, so how you doing?
So I'm documenting.
Cheers, mate.
Send in. Shoot. Return. Send.
Well, it does what I expected it to do.
7 tests, 9 insertions. Cool.
Yeah. Let's just read this thing. Alright, so strict. I wonder what happens if you do strict. False. But we need to actually read this. Okay, the only thing strict does two things in this function. Yeah?
Yeah.
If
It's a
strict,
string.
it looks for a closing bracket. Last TC, last C. Right? If last C equals colon and oh, it cannot be either of those two. It cannot be a colon, semicolon, or a curly bracket. It's not and not and not.
Strict. Whether to be strict about the end of the string.
Yeah. And then there's the S at the front, case S. Switch token. If it's strict, and the end is there's 3 places where they use the strict. Yeah, and we need to test. We need to write tests that pass when it's strict and fail when it's not. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we need to write tests that trip either side of the strict. Yeah. So we pass the same string in, and it passes on loose, and it fails on strict.
I see.
Strict whether about the end of the string. It's all about the end of the string.
It depends on the case, right? So if it's used twice.
3 times. End here. It's used inside the
True.
the S token. So switch token data. Is this a loop? Token data, trim data. Kind of expect this to be, where does it get converted into an array?
Data, trim data.
If it is not a string, exit.
Right.
All right.
Gets rid of the spaces.
Remove the spaces off the back of it. So we could pass a string in with some big spaces on it. Make sure it cleans that. Ooh,
Right.
Interesting. In maybe unserialized, maybe we should be passing this.
Yep.
Yeah. Because that will pass. Ooh. Ooh.
No, not on that one. I mean,
That will.
it should be a valid string, but with spaces, right?
Yes, but does
And
the
then
unserialized work?
it would work, I think.
We'll find out. But we should have a test for that one. I should leave that test in there. If it does work, I'll let you put it in. No.
Ta-da.
Doesn't trim it.
Was the
So I think we found a broke. That means we can fix the function. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. Was the one before last that failed, right?
I basically passed in that. So let's copy this into a new function. So
Is that a valid?
trimmed. The argument I have here is the test that protects the value trims it. Yeah. They're not.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's happy with it being a valid trim, but they're not trimming it before it goes into the serialization. Yeah. So the test should either not trim it, yeah, or they should trim the value. No, they're not going to like that. It fails.
Now the last one failed.
Yeah.
Okay. The array is correct, right? Cert equals.
So just make sure what it does actually return.
I think that's false, right? You got false instead of array.
Yes, because the unserialization failed. Now that will be interesting. What they'll say is, well, it should be, yeah, return Boolean. What do you reckon?
What?
Shall we have a go at this then? Let's be naughty.
All right.
So what I do is we'll put the tests in with this coming to false. Yeah.
The comment to what?
We'll. So you've got the tests over there. Yeah.
Yes. Maybe unserialize. Yeah.
And so And what we'll do is we'll set this up correctly. So this will be set to false. Yeah.
Right. I see.
And then we'll make another patch. Yeah. Where we will change this to correctly and patch the function.
I see. In the same.
If you add this one, I've made a couple of changes here. So assert false on this instead of equals false, and the same on this one.
Let me see. Test maybe unserialized will string assert false.
Yeah.
Maybe
and then take false out there. False on the comma get removed.
See.
Yeah. And then copy the function above and then rename it to untrimmed, and that will return false as well. Yeah. So that will be the first commit. Take the array out because we don't get to, yeah, we name that
to
array untrimmed or whatever is what I had.
All right.
Yep.
Start
Array
and
used because it returns false. So delete the array and that becomes false. Get rid of the expected and get rid of the expected array above.
wait, maybe serialize is correct.
Yeah, up one line, take that out.
This guy here, oh, you're right. There's no expectation.
Okay. So let's put a comment on that the is serialized trims the value, but the unserialized then errors because it doesn't trim, it isn't trimmed. Yeah? And
the maybe unserialized doesn't trim it, right?
no, the unserialized. If you look at the functions, come back to mine, we go and look at what the function is here, it passes in here, the original.
Yeah.
Isn't.
This one trims it. Unserialized trims it, but maybe unserialized.
Unserialized doesn't. And unserialized is a word, is a core, is a
cool, right.
PHP function. Yeah. So I'm going to take the opportunity to do that, and I'm just going to trim. Now it will work. Yeah, and
I got it. Yeah, cool. Is there any other modification that is made there with the data variable?
no, I don't think so. And if I run this now, it will actually pass. So I will you put that ticket in, yeah, for that unit test, and I will annoy them by putting this ticket in. Yep.
Right. Substring.
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, I'll wait for you to send me all of the comments.
Yeah. Assign.
In fact, I might get you just to paste that into Slack or somewhere, so I can just pick it up.
Okay. I was like that.
Okay, let's go and write that ticket up. So you're going to write the ticket up for just the straight patch. Yeah.
Track. Over here. And then tickets. So you're doing the functions patch, right?
Yeah, I'm doing both. I've got to put the unit tests and the functions patch into one go. You just put the unit test in ahead of me. Okay. So they've got two patches. They can take one or the other. We'll just link the two together. Yeah. That makes sense.
So you're putting both of them, but which ones?
Because my function has a test that pushes in the string with white space, and then tests that it does work. Yeah. Whereas your function tests it as it is, returns false on it. Yeah.
I see. So you created the patch for the 3 files?
2 files, yeah. Yes, darling. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What did I call the patch? Trimmed patch. So have you put the patch in as well? The tests without my fix on.
So my ticket will have both.
You'll just
both.
have just unit tests on it, won't you?
Yeah, but will be for both functions, right?
No. You're just doing my is serialized.
Maybe,
Maybe.
just for maybe unserialized.
Yeah, yeah. Do one patch per function call. All right. So you basically put it in without my because my code reflects the fact I've done a code change on functions. Your code reflects the current state of play. Yeah.
I see.
And that's the point I'm stopping. I'm about to stop the broadcast.
All right.
So I'm calling that a day. I'm going to go and have my lunch.
Okay.
Sounds like you're having yours there.
I didn't add the file though.
Hmm?
I didn't add the file here.
Yeah, put the file in, the one you created. The one you were putting the comments on.
I see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you should say that this is as unit test. This is as is now, rather than without the patch, because they'll probably reject that patch one, but they should take yours because it's valid against core now. Or alternatively, they should take yours
I see.
and then finishing. Take yours, and then they should take mine as a patch of yours.
I see. All right.
And I'll probably have to do an update. Yeah. And basically remove all the stuff that you put in your patch to have just the function change and the test change.
I see. All right. I'll add this file then, and then when I finish here, I'll add on the Slack.
Yep, cool. And I'm just going to make sure that I've committed everything in here. Commit to master. And I'll put my patch in there as well. And okay. That's good. Push that. Okay, I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can drag a few more people out. I do feel a little lonely here with the two of us here, but at least with just the two of us here, we still are getting stuff done.
Exactly. Yeah.
And as long as it's, we're sort of encouraging each other, I think. We'll still get it finished, and maybe more people will turn up, and it will become more of a gaggle.
Yeah.
So otherwise, I'll look after yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.